Now I'll be going over a common conceptual misunderstanding of why bus routes are designed in a certain way. So today I'll be talking about 166. No, 116, my bad. So this isn't the previous version of 116, it is actually the current version of it. So it starts from Hougang Interchange and then goes to Hougang Avenue 4 and then Hougang Avenue 9. So why this stretch is so important is because in the past when there was no like service 329, 116 was the only bus service aside from 72 that basically serves this corridor, because 101 actually goes to Hougang Avenue 8. And the reason why I say this is because service 72, the frequency can be quite inconsistent at times because it's a long distance bus service, and then IT College Central is kind of like, a lot of people board and alight at that just one bus stop. And because of that, um, more often than not, 72 gets delayed. And when a bus gets delayed, it leads to inconsistent frequencies. So in 2012, as part of the Bus Service Enhancement Program, or BSEP in short, they introduced 116 in order to like beef up this, this corridor that I've just drawn. Because 72 alone is just not enough to handle the demand. And then of course nowadays there's like 329, which is good as well. And then the other purpose of 116 is basically for Serangoon North, like this entire area, to connect to Hougang. And there's also a faster way for them to connect to Serangoon, because 315 actually goes inside Serangoon Gardens, which is like kind of slow. So 116 is actually just conceptually 315X, that sort of thing. And then another good thing about 116 is that it actually funnels you to Ang Mo Kio Avenue 3. So from inside, you can actually access bus services like 25 and 55 if you're going like down Hougang Avenue 3. So it's like the same bus stop transfer. That is the useful part of it. So now on to the main point of the video. 116 actually goes straight like this. And then Serangoon Central, it loops like this, kind of in the same way as 53M. So it loops like this, like in an anti-clockwise fashion. And the reason why this is so important is because if you do it the other way round, like as in service 43M, I mean it's gonna become service 104, but the current 43M, basically if you call the bus stop on the side of the Circle Line exit, the one where Next is and the one where the taxi stand is, you would run into a lot of congestion simply because of the taxi stand. And because of that, service 53M and 116, they were designed intentionally to call the other side, like the opposite side of Next, so that you don't really run into any sort of congestion. So this is what I mean by like the way bus routes are intentionally designed. So I'm making this video because there have been comments saying that they hope that 116 will be extended to Woodleigh ITH, like at Bidadari. So the reason why that idea, okay, it's not a bad idea, but the reason why you cannot implement it, I mean, it is still sort of a conceptual misunderstanding when it comes to the way bus routes are designed. So what I mean by that is because, so for 116, if you were to extend this bus service to Woodleigh, you would have to give up either Boundary Road and Upper Serangoon Road, or you have to give up this area. And let me be frank with you, both of them are not good. Because if you route the service like through next in both directions, whether you're going through Serangoon Avenue 1 or just Upper Serangoon Road, the reason why this doesn't work is because, again, in the other direction, you're going to be running into the taxi stand and the congestion that comes along with it, especially during peak hours. During PM peak hours especially, there are more buses, as in like the traffic is just a lot worse in this direction as compared to like this direction. And even if you give up this sector and you say something like, okay, why not let's route it through Boundary Road and Upper Serangoon Road. Okay, the issue with this is that, again, 116 is meant for same bus stop connections. And what I mean by the same bus stop connections is over here. You can transfer to bus services like 22, 43, 70, 53, and so on and so forth. And then at Boundary Road, you can intercept it from 76. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the point of it. But if you route it through Boundary Road and Upper Serangoon Road, you only touch 76. You only touch 24. You don't even touch like the majority of the bus services that are along here. So in short, whichever option you choose, you're gonna have to make like a big compromise when it comes to Service 116. And because Service 116, it was never meant to be extended further than next, like the shopping mall. And there's a reason why. Whereas the reason why Service 81 and 82, they can be simply extended to Woodleigh ITH, like they can get away with it, is because they are already on the side with the congestion. So you're not like making the service worse or anything. You're just adding on to the service and you're not like compromise. Okay, you're probably compromising this stop, but that's all. 81 and 82, you're not changing conceptually what the services are meant to do. You're still funneling them through next, but this time in both directions as opposed to just one. And then in the case of 81, like I told you before, 81 is going through Upper Serangoon Road and 82 is going Serangoon Avenue 1 and Bidadari Park Drive, like the back door. And also, there is also this one, 43M, renumbering to 104. Because they already plan to send the new 43M, which is 104, down this corridor, you would say. You already gave up Boundary Road. You already gave up Upper Serangoon Road for like this one service. And because of that, you cannot afford to just give up the other one. Like, this one goes to Yio Chu Kang Road. This one still goes to Yio Chu Kang Road. You took it away from Boundary Road and Upper Serangoon Road. 53M doesn't go Yio Chu Kang Road. And this 116 over here, it becomes the sole connecting service from, like you know, these areas all the way back up to Yio Chu Kang Road. Okay, you can argue that there's 103, but like, it's, how do you say it? It's like, it's not a bad thing that 116 exists. It's like, it's just better not to like touch it at all. And there is also another thing that I like to bring up. So some people have suggested why not extend 109 to Bidadari. Okay, the issue is that 109, it was introduced in order to like cover the deleted sectors of 105. But that's not the main point. The main point is that the current 109 It does not even touch Upper Serangoon Road in the first place, and Upper Serangoon Road is very, very, very congestion prone. And 109's purpose is to, okay, I didn't draw it properly, but 109's purpose is to entirely skip Upper Serangoon Road. So if you ever want 109 to go to Bidadari, you would have to like do this kind of thing, and then you probably have to do something to service 103 as well, like this, like this, like this. You have to make sure that whatever route is on like this blue line over here, it doesn't touch like Upper Serangoon Road, and whatever's on the red line, that one will be the one that touches Upper Serangoon Road. It's like you can swap them if you want, but I'm just saying that conceptually, one of them has to go to the main road and one of them has to skip the main road. It's just designed like that. And then lastly, what about 101? The truth is, you've already extended 81 to cover like this sector. And truthfully speaking, you don't need 101 to like do the same thing again. It just makes no sense because there is already 107, as in like there is already 107 that's like covering this sector, so you don't need to extend 101 like unnecessarily. 101 is meant to be, it's meant to feed people into Serangoon, the bus interchange, and you know, just the bus interchange and the Circle Line exit, as well as the Northeast Line exit, because 101 touches everything. It has to go inside the bus interchange so that you can transfer the stuff like 105 and stuff like that. It's not meant to go to Bidadari in the first place. And again, this is kind of the issue with like the so-called route prediction bus videos. It's like they will just yap on and on and on about, oh, I want a bus that goes here, I want a bus that goes here, I want a bus that goes here. They just talk and talk and talk and talk, but then they are unable to conceptually explain why bus services are routed in like certain ways. And once again, I have to constantly remind you guys again and again and again that the only 5 services that are going to be inside Woodleigh ITH or Bidadari ITH, whatever you call it, 81, 82, 104, which is 43M, renumbering, 146, and this stupid bus service. And that's it. Do not believe anyone who tells you otherwise. And that's it for today.